What's up, guys? Welcome in. Thursday, Wake Up Barstool. I am so excited for today. We got Cam Jordan coming on to talk a little Super Bowl 60. Bill Belichick snubbed. Eli Manning snubbed. We got Jersey Jerry. He's going to wub from the tub live from Dallas. We'll also talk to SLU head coach Josh Schertz, a little college hoops action, a ton going on, and it all starts now on FS1.
Great job, T-Bob.
What's happening, guys? Welcome in. This is Wake Up Barstool. We got a bit of a different crew today. Like we said, Jersey Jerry out on assignment. Mark Titus out on assignment as well. We got myself. We got Chief. We got Big T sitting on the panel again. Welcome back, T. Welcome back, Chief. And then, guys, what do we love in sports? When the star players play hurt, okay? When nothing is going to keep them down. What's the best ability? Availability. Look at our guy, PFT, playing hurt here on Wake Up Barstool.
I'm a victim of the substation. I parked next to the substation the other morning.
Were you scouting locations in San Francisco, or is there a substation here in Chicago?
Well, I was late, and we had that substation right across the street, so I parked in front of it, came into work, and not going to spoil anything, we had the 3-on-3 basketball tournament here at Barstool Sports. And, yeah, in just the warm-ups for it, I was dunking, and I was throwing the ball off the back.
It was crazy.
And, you know, playing above the rim, and unfortunately had a little calf snafu. So, yeah, some are calling me RG3FT. I'm just trying to get out there and be here for my teammates, you know?
Won't they tow you if you park there?
Never been towed.
Do you park there often?
Yes.
I don't think you're supposed to park there.
Listen, if you park anywhere with confidence, you'll be fine. The cops can tell. If it's a good park job, they'll be like, all right, respect to that guy. If it looks like you parked askew at an angle, you get out there like, that guy's not supposed to be.
Oh, wait, so I never thought about this. It's the same idea behind, like, if you're like a con man trying to sneak in somewhere, you just got to walk in with confidence. You just park with confidence.
Yeah, park with confidence. Or another hack is if you just have a high-vis vest and a hard hat and a clipboard, you can park wherever
you can park
want.
Anywhere. That's true. I mean,
I keep that in my trunk just in case.
Well, isn't that literally how they robbed the Louvre? Recently,
Yes.
they just put on hard hats and vests. We're like, hey, we're construction.
They took a scissor lift.
Yeah.
You had a walkie-talkie in the mix and you're cooking with gas. You can go anywhere.
Guys, I don't know what's going on here. I was not told about this. What is Carson doing? We just started the show, and our keeper of the studio, young 22-year-old Carson, just had a birthday. Shout out, Carson. Has put himself behind the desk. He has spiked himself up. He's put on an IFB. What are you doing?
It's a big day.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a big day, guys.
Show the jersey off, because we are having SLU head basketball coach Schertz on. The SLU. Sorry, okay. You don't say SLU? My bad. I don't know. Okay. I didn't go there. Carson went there.
SLU, the Lou, whatever you want to call it.
I don't like SLU.
SLU,
and it's
no?
your school. Do what you want.
But the Lou is...
but
I like it.
I will not be compelled to say SLU.
True.
Yeah.
I kind of like it just because SLU is a little unwieldy. It's a little.
I don't like SLU. It's.
How about this though? Do you like those jerseys? Because Carson actually designed those for his club hockey team.
Did you really?
I do like the jersey.
I think the jerseys are cool.
The shoulder, the arch in the middle.
Okay, relax.
See that?
Okay, I didn't see the arch.
Oh, the arch
great.
is nice. That's a nice
Great.
one. I just like hockey jerseys in general.
Yeah, I do too.
You can make a hockey jersey out of anything. It'll look awesome.
After y'all shame me for not wearing anything underneath hockey jerseys, I still maintain they're comfortable.
You go fabric on nip?
Yeah, I just and everybody
insane,
Chief acted like that was crazy. I still think they're very comfortable, but I have discovered wearing a hoodie under them. And that's
every
that's pretty nice.
Does. Yeah.
Yeah. It feels cool.
He discovered it.
I feel
He invented it.
Well, I personally discovered it.
Yeah.
For me, I did not invent it. I didn't claim that.
You of all people should know the importance of having a second layer of fabric underneath your outer garment to protect it from being visible from the outside.
Sometimes you can have that second layer on, but it can have the same structural integrity problems that the first layer does, unfortunately. Shout out Fasoli for taking all the attention away from me and my hole with his cheeks.
We should do a bet, and the loser has to go Fasoli himself outside.
Oh my God!
Live on Wub.
That would suck because Fasoli was so good for him because he had the joy of the Patriots making the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Having to approach that from a negative emotion standpoint.
I don't think there was anything negative, though. I think that as viral as it went and as many people had comments about Fasoli's behavior, I think he was like, yeah, this is awesome. This is good.
His butt did look good.
His butt got him the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true. You know, hey, do your
Respect.
thing. All right, so we got a lot to get to today. Like I said, I think it's going to be a very fun show. Let's start with Super Bowl 60. Guys, what are you looking forward to most? PFT, you're going. Is PFT the only one on the panel today that's going out there?
I'll be out there for a day.
Okay, you're going out for the flag football and whatnot. What are you looking forward to most? Is the ban lifted?
I don't know. If
Have we made peace?
I don't know if it's officially lifted. I kind of hope that it's not because, I mean, Roger Goodell, the big misstep that he made with us for so long was keeping us banned. It's like, yeah, we're the bad
Gave you
boys.
so much juice.
Street cred. Like, they had flyers up with my face on it being like, do not serve this man. Do not let this man in. He's known to cause mischief.
That's badass.
I think that's what the flyer officially said. So maybe I'm not enough of a mischief maker anymore. Maybe I got to step it back up.
Maybe I don't
Maybe
know.
this is just a plot to get you in, though, too.
Oh, like
sneak in.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? Hector Salamanca?
Yes, exactly.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's another old school theme park technique. Faking an injury in a wheelchair to try to cut to the front of the line before they got wise to it.
Yeah, no,
I remember we forced my little brother to do that one time. He had like a very slight ankle turn. We could be like, don't stand up.
Well, that's real, though.
Don't stand up,
If you have a twisted ankle and you're at a
Twisted
theme
ankle,
park, you can't get around
There you
anywhere.
go,
It's
dude.
not the best place to have that. But the Super Bowl this year, I'm excited. I'm always excited for the Super Bowl. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how the week plays out and the narratives going into the game as it pertains to the slights that the Patriots have now against them with Bill Belichick. Because I feel like that's how they get another one. It's us against the world again. It's everyone hates the Patriots. They disrespected our dynasty. They won't let our first ballot Hall of Fame coach into the Hall of Fame. Let's go out there and prove it to the world. It feels like that's how this is going to set up.
This one's for Bill.
Yeah.
This one's for
finally.
Bill, exactly. Maybe the wildest part about that is that we kind of have disrespected the Patriots this year.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of times these teams, and I always think people make too much of it when they're like, nobody talks about you that way. Probably the most extreme example, Big T, would be that Georgia team that was great. We all knew they were great, and Kirby Smart was like, they said we were going to go 7-6. We're like, nobody said that.
Oh, yeah, was it N'Kobe Dean, or I forget who said they said, we were going to go 5-7. You were preseason number one.
Yeah. So, like, sometimes it can be extreme, but generally as humans, like, we remember the negative things that people say about us. Only this year's Patriots, everybody has crapped on all year long.
Yeah.
Schedule merchants, not that good.
They still haven't played anyone.
Inflated.
Weather luck.
Yep.
It's interesting because you can say that they haven't played anybody, but I've been telling my Patriots fan friends that if you want to fire back against somebody, you just say like, we've played the best defenses in the NFL in the playoffs.
Yeah, they actually have had the historically best run of like they faced the hardest three defenses to get here.
And now the Seahawks.
Yeah, who's
So
the best and the best?
That would probably be the four best defenses ever to be defeated in the playoffs on one run, right?
It would have to be because they've already had the hardest run up to this point. Now you add the actual number one defense in the NFL. Yeah, like without a doubt.
Yeah,
So it becomes unimpeachable at that point.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into this game. And I do think that Sam Darnold, that whole story is super compelling. It's a guy that got kicked to the curb, left in the dirt. His career was over when he went to the Panthers, and then he managed to make his way back. It was a long road to get there, but he said, I want to go be a backup in San Fran. I want to spend time out there, learn how to play the position the right way.
Yeah.
And then made a great call with the Vikings, and then the Vikings kind of kicked him to the curb too. So it's an interesting story for him, and it's hard not to root for Sam.
It's an interesting thing where like the ESPN, Ben Solak had a really good article kind of looking at, what can we try to learn from these teams? And that's always, to be clear, it's always a very nuanced conversation. It's a very dangerous affair because there's no one way to win. And also, like, you can try to employ the same strategy, only you don't scout as well, you don't make the right choices, and it blows up for you. But these teams bucked a lot of trends to get here, right? They both hired defensive-minded coaches in an age where everybody feels like we have to go offense because they're going to develop the quarterback, and that's most important. You look at the Seahawks. They kind of put their thumb on the scale for finding that. They threaded the impossible quarterback needle where they found that middle tier guy with high upside, but who wasn't going to cost a lot, didn't require super long-term commitment. So if it doesn't work, you can get out of it. And now they're reaping the benefits there. And like maybe like that maybe gives hope to guys like Kyler and others that are out there that could maybe exist in that same space. How about the Patriots? The Patriots they handed out $360 million of free agent contracts last year. And like I feel like we always accept, you can't go buy in free agency and win. Like you can't build a team like that. Well, they did.
Yeah.
So they bucked
like
some trends in very interesting ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and credit to Robert Kraft, too. I hate to give credit to Robert Kraft, but you have to acknowledge the fact that he had a tough decision to make last year. He tried to replace Belichick with Gerard Mayo.
Yep.
It didn't work, and he had the conviction to say after 1 year, I'm going to take this guy that I've had a relationship with for like a dozen years, like probably very close relationship with Mayo, and we're gonna cut bait right now, and we're gonna go get Vrabel, and that was not an easy decision to make. So yeah, he does get some credit. He gets a lot of credit actually for this.
Well, and he talked about it. It was a hugely expensive decision because he had to buy out Mayo, buy out the entire staff, hire a new staff, but better than Tennessee. T, as someone who is mainly a college football guy, where's your excitement level for Super Bowl 60?
You asked the wrong question because you're gonna lead me into a take.
Oh, well, that sounds like the perfect question.
Bad question.
Big T's big takes are my favorite thing in the world.
Save it for the commercial break, Big T. We don't want to put that.
Here's the thing about the Super Bowl is everybody's like, it's the Super Bowl. I'm so excited. Are you watching the Super Bowl? You going to a Super Bowl party? I like football, T-Bob. I
Okay.
don't like spectacles. This is about everything other than the football. Let's give it 2 weeks. Oh, the halftime show. He's gonna. There's. Are you watching? What was your favorite commercial? Are you watching the commercials? No, I watch football. That's what So I would be watching the football game.
You're excited for the ball.
I don't engage in spectacles.
Okay, so you are.
This is Americana. You love America.
That's true. That's a great point by Chief.
Americana to me denotes an air of simplicity and beauty.
You're thinking small town.
He wants a more. He wants
I
a
do
Norman
not
Rockwell
grant you
painting.
the title of Americana for the Super Bowl.
All right, so you'd rather. It sounds like you prefer like the FCS championship.
It was an awesome game.
It was a great game.
It was.
It was a great game.
Should
to
be in
fair.
Nashville on a Monday night for the rest of time.
You want like a Norman Rockwell painting, and this is more like an Andy Warhol or something more modern.
Something along those lines, sure.
It's
But
artistic for his, he wouldn't describe it as such. You prefer that this game, if it was played like on a high school football field?
well, no, I don't want to desecrate the grandeur of the NFL, but I don't.
Sounds like that's exactly what you're doing.
No, I don't want it played in front of 4,000 people, but it's too. Like, y'all are going out there, you're going to interview Zac Efron and
Why did Zach get
and P. Diddy and all these people, and it's just like, all right.
Is that
like
true? Big PMT guys.
Honestly, if we interviewed Zac Efron and Diddy, that would be maybe the biggest week for PMT.
And it's going to be great for you. It's going to be awesome. I don't love spectacles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chief, where's your excitement level after the game?
I get a little sad. Like I'm still not over the Bears' loss. I feel like they easily could be playing in this game, and you don't know. Like it could all fall apart. That's what typically happens.
Yeah.
But it is like it's also the end of football. It's our last football for 8 months. So I like the whole like the lead up. I used to love when they would do like the NFL Films little half-hour shows of every Super Bowl that's ever been played. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited for the Super Bowl. I like the spectacle. I like all the gambling, all the props, all that kind of stuff. So I'm very, very excited.
Are we are we mad about it's Bad Bunny at halftime, right?
Bad Bunny, yeah.
Bad Bunny. Are we are people mad or still? Are we happy now? I can't remember.
Every year there will be something satanic about the halftime show.
So it's bad.
It's going to be satanic. That's the one thing that you can always mark down is like somebody will find.
Except when the Who played. Was that the least satanic when the Who played?
You can find the devil in Bob O'Reilly.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah, no, you can if you squint hard enough, they're all satanic. So yeah, people will have a fun time watching that. I'm not a big halftime show guy. I like the pregame. I like the flyover. I'm betting on F-15s this year.
How many?
Maybe the EX. So there's a couple schools of thought. We could get a 5 ship of F-15s. We could also get the B2.
Ooh,
We could get the B2. There's some B2s nearby.
Bomber, like the big flying fortress?
Yeah, or I would really like to see the B21. That's the
Is that the new B2?
The next gen B2.
Damn.
But yeah, the halftime show is going to be a spectacle. People talk about it. I do like the props. I like betting on the stupidest stuff possible. Finding out what color the Gatorade is going to be. Betting on the coin toss. Tails, by the way. I'm going to give that out.
Never fails? Are you a tails never fails guy?
I bet tails every year.
Over under on the anthem length.
Over under on the anthem length. Yeah, I always take the over on that.
Hold those notes.
Hold them out. Hold them out. But yeah, the game itself is actually very interesting to me this year too.
What? No, I agree with you there. It's also I mean, it's the longest odd Super Bowl we've ever gotten. It's the first time ever that both teams preseason were 60-1 or greater odds. I think Seattle was 60-1 coming off the 10-7 season where they didn't make the playoffs. New England obviously longer, only winning 4 games last year. They were 80-1. So this is the most unlikely matchup.
If you look at the preseason odds for the Seahawks, they were picked last in their division. The Cardinals.
Behind the Cardinals?
The Cardinals.
They went 10-7 last year. The Seahawks did.
The Cardinals, I think they were like 525 before the season. Seahawks, I think, were like plus 650 or 615. Kind of crazy in retrospect to look back on that.
Well, it kind of goes back to our earlier conversation about bucking a lot of trends because the Seahawks offseason was pretty maligned at the time where they were like, okay, you got rid of Geno Smith for Sam Darnold? Like, Geno's been playing fine. Is that an upgrade? And then, wait, you signed Cooper Kupp?
Yeah.
Which Mike Silver had a great piece the other day, basically talking about how, again, this is being reported. There's no names attached to it, but that Los Angeles was out there telling people not to sign Kupp, that he was done. He had
an
nothing
elevator
left
situation.
In the tank. They fought about it, apparently. Like, the coaches fought about it during the second game because they heard in the elevators going out the game because they heard someone talking about Kupp. And then, and even DeMarcus Lawrence. People saying he wasn't going to do anything. And then every signing ended up working out great. So, cannot wait for this game, guys. Coming up next, it's time to once again tap into our curious young minds, PFTs. As we have questions from a third grader. Don't go anywhere. More Wake Up Barstool. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. Hope you're having an excellent Thursday morning. If you want to get involved in the show, you can tweet #AskWub. You can ask us anything, and we'll answer the best questions at the end of the show. Speaking of answering curious queries, PFT keeps a barn of young third graders, well-fed, well-kempt, well-hygiened. And
don't say the word.
I'm not. I'm avoiding it at all costs. Okay. I'm avoiding it at all costs. We're not stepping into that bear trap again. But the point is, PFT, he wants to encourage inquisitiveness in these children, and they love sports. So they're always asking us questions. Let's see what they got for us this week.
America's youth. Let's see what they have to ask us here. Questions from a third grader. What you got for us this week? First question, this is from 7-year-old Brian. He's from Milwaukee. Why doesn't Giannis love me anymore?
I've gone through this firsthand with Anthony Davis. This is one of the more painful fan experiences you can have.
Yeah.
Where your superstar just clearly wants to break up with you.
What's going on with all the reporting about it? Like, I saw the tweets from Shams the other day, and he's going out of his way to say, like, Giannis has not formally asked for a trade. He's using language like, Giannis would not be upset if it was time to move on. If other teams want to make offers, the Bucks will be listening. Why doesn't Shams just say, like, Giannis has demanded a trade? Because that's clearly what happened, right?
My interpretation of that would be that to be an insider, sometimes you got to be like the mouthpiece for the message that these guys want to send.
Yeah.
And Giannis is trying to have his cake and eat it too. He's trying to gaslight Milwaukee into making a decision to break up with him so he can be like, well, no, I didn't want to leave, but they just ended up thinking that this was best.
Yeah.
Like, I know you would never do this, but
no.
But like even maybe like faking a calf injury.
Never.
Like we've seen recently.
He's a fellow survivor like me, so I'm not going to say anything too bad about it.
Yeah, he might not even be faking. Maybe that's bad. Maybe I'm casting dispersion.
I don't think that he's faking because I remember when he got hurt, it looked like a genuine reaction that he had. So I'm not going to say anything like that, but it does feel like the last 3 years, Giannis has been, inching closer and closer to demanding a trade, but never quite demanding it. And the reports are always like, some teams have reached out. there's some smoke around here. So
The Bulls don't want him.
do they
That was
don't?
that was a report. The Bulls were not interested in Giannis.
That's tough.
Yeah,
But at
that
some
was-
point, just
Wait,
like,
why would the Bulls not be interested in Giannis?
That's the Bulls, baby. I don't know, but that was a report like 2-3 months ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
at some point as a fan, just like be honest.
yeah.
Like
Be
put
honest.
it out there. Be honest. Like just say it. I want to trade. Let the team explore what to do. Try to get a haul for you. So I don't know if it's going to be this year or this offseason, but it feels like he's gone now.
He also won a championship there. I feel like if you handle it right, like you can maintain your legacy. I don't know if that's part of his motivation, being like, hey, like I am the superstar for this franchise. I don't want to like ruin that for the next 40 years. But if you do it the right way, I think you can exit in a way that people are okay with.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. The championship changes the math significantly. I mean, T, when you think about it, like, has anybody ever mismanaged a post-championship run like the Bucks did?
The Washington Nationals,
Okay, fair. Fair.
several in baseball.
Yeah, I guess baseball kind of has a tendency to sell off. Like those old Marlins teams used to randomly win the World Series and be like, all right, we're not paying anybody. Bye, guys.
I mean, the Nationals went from somehow winning the World Series to the worst team in baseball for 5 years after.
Well, I guess the Bucks didn't become the worst, but just like getting rid of Budenholzer so fast, and then Doc Rivers randomly in the middle. Yeah,
They took a shot. They tried to do the Dame thing, and I respect
Oh, yeah,
that.
that's
Like
right.
they made an honest effort to try to keep Giannis happy and to try to keep the Bucks competitive. The Nationals, they were hamstrung by a TV rights deal and stingy ownership. And Big T's right. Like seeing every player from that team go on to do awesome things every postseason is really tough. But with Giannis, I do think I think Chief's right. It's like you can manage this in a way where it's like, I did this for you. Maybe don't get traded to a division rival.
Right.
Don't get traded to a team that's going to be taking championships away from the Bucks in the future, and get a haul for yourself.
Yeah. Oh, well, look, I'm sorry, Brian. I've been through this. It's very painful, but the sun will rise.
Yeah.
And the NBA will rig the lottery for him. You move Giannis. That's move.
true. Yeah.
You trade your superstar.
Yeah,
you get
good
the number
point.
one pick.
Good point. Great point. Okay, this is from 83-year-old Bill in Indianapolis. He says, who would be a first ballot in the Hater Hall of Fame? I think this might be from Bill Polian.
Big T.
Big T might be first ballot.
I don't absolutely
I'm not a hater.
first ballot. Not in your own mind.
I don't hate.
But that's why you are the sincerity behind your hate. It's not a put on.
It's not hate. I yearn for better for this society.
That's what I want out of my first ballot Hall of Famer.
So any perceived hate comes from a place of yearning for everyone to have better.
It's not hate. It's constructive criticism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess truth-telling is just hate in the year 2026.
Thank you.
That's what they'll do.
Thank you.
I would put
much like Bill Polian.
Yeah.
That's what he would say too, dude.
I would put Skip Bayless as a first ballot Hall of
Yeah.
Fame.
Gotta be legend.
Yeah, he'd definitely go in there. Just he will never stop hating LeBron, and I respect that. It's going to be, even after LeBron retires, like he'll make a new movie like Space Jam 4, and Skip will be the first in line with a ticket to go see it, and be like, I really didn't like the expository scene. Start back to completely unrealistic. Who else would be in the first ballot for the Hater Hall of Fame? I know that Edgar Allan Poe had a guy that like they had beef their entire life, and after Edgar Allan Poe died, his op wrote a letter, wrote an essay, put it out there in the news that actually Edgar Allan Poe died because he was like naked running through the street high on ether.
And it wasn't true?
And it wasn't true. Oh my God. But that's all we remember about Edgar Allan Poe, is that that's how he died. And it was just from his hater that just completely hated him, could not stand him their entire lives.
Now they say that hate can be the other side of the coin from love. T, you probably have more insight here, but was it Thomas Jefferson and who?
John Adams.
Yep. John Adams, right?
They both died on July 4th. They hated each other, and John Adams' last words were, "And Jefferson lives." And Thomas Jefferson had died like 2 hours before him.
I mean, that's kind of beautiful. I love that.
That's actually true.
On his deathbed, he's not saying like, I love you. He's not saying like, I hope I left this country a better place.
He wanted to
He's like,
outlive
damn it.
Jefferson.
Yeah.
Jefferson got me.
That's
that was-
true male friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? That's the coin there.
Yeah. I would say Mercury Morris.
Oh, that's
First
a good
ballot
one.
Hall of Fame hater.
Yep.
He just shows up every year, every time a team loses, be like,
He hates
"Still
everyone."
Haven't done it yet.
I don't know if people would. One of my favorite guys to listen to, and I've studied at his feet. Stugatz is a legend in this regard.
Yeah.
In terms of moving the goalposts, do it in the playoffs. You win the Super Bowl. Do it again. Yeah. He's made an absolute art out of moving the goalposts to challenge people to higher and higher heights.
Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, true.
It's got to be in that discussion.
True.
He would also call himself a truth teller.
Yeah, he
for
would.
Sure. And I think the real haters do. The real haters,
Yeah.
they believe in, like Martin Luther nailed the theses to the. That's an all-time hater move.
Yeah, that's true.
He was a truth teller.
But he was also a lover.
Who's the
Hater
guy
and
that
lover.
inspired Luther? Jan something? I don't know. My dad's been telling me about him constantly. I can't remember. All right, what do we got next here? Jan Berger, maybe?
Oh, this is from me. Did you know that Sam Darnold's grandfather was named Dick Hammer?
Yes.
Yes. Were you on the day when Kate did her Dick Hammer spiel?
I might have been here for that, yeah.
The Thursday day
Yeah.
roast? Because Dick Hammer has the single most incredible life story of anybody that we've ever that I've ever
Marlboro
met.
Man.
Marlboro Man.
Yeah,
He's
there he
a
is.
Marlboro Man. I think he randomly became an Olympian,
Yep.
right? Out of nowhere. Just in volleyball, because there was nothing that Dick Hammer couldn't do.
And his name was Dick Hammer.
It's unbelievable.
How do you bet against the grandson of a man named Dick Hammer?
It's true. And I feel like Darnold kind of got painted as maybe being a bit mentally weak. And I do like that is now being...
Mentally weak, or was he on the Jets?
Exactly, right? No, I like that he is. And also, he was 21.
Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing.
He had the
Dave
one-
thought he was 36, and then he was shocked to learn he was only 28
He
years
had the
old.
one clip where he was seeing ghosts.
Yes.
And then that was, people wrote him off.
Which he might have been actually seeing ghosts.
You never know.
Like in MetLife Stadium, I would not put that past that building. But yeah, Sam Darnold, he was unfairly maligned for much of his career. I'm glad that he's playing well. It's been fun.
Well, and I just like all that's coming out of the locker room about him, where all the guys are just like, nah, dude, he just loves ball. He's just like a chill dude who works his ass off, just loves ball. And even they were answering it. When they asked him the question after the game the other day about how does it feel to prove everybody wrong? He's like, that's not what I'm motivated by.
Yeah.
I'm motivated by the boys.
Yeah.
Like everybody here in the locker room every day, I just want to do right by them. Hell yes.
Not a generational hater.
Not a generational hater.
No.
Certified not.
And you're right. I think a lot of teams are going to start looking for who's the next Sam Darnold. And they're going to turn over a lot of pennies that might not be head side up. I made a list.
This is how Justin Fields gets back in the league.
Exactly. So I made a list of guys that I think some GMs will look at and be
So
like,
this is the next Sam Darnold.
might be the next Sam Darnold. I had Justin Fields on that list.
Okay.
Same thing, like high draft pick.
Yep.
Went to a couple of organizations. The Bears were not that stable at the time. And then obviously with the Jets. Mac Jones is probably going to be another one. He's already
He's
started.
played well,
Yeah,
and he's been in the Shanahan school.
I could be talked into Mac Jones.
Yeah, Malik Willis.
Oh, he's going to get a job.
He's going to get a job somewhere.
What's his contract going to be? Is he going to get like $40 million or like $30 million? Because that's kind of the...
I think you look at Sam Darnold's contract.
Yeah, which is
that's
right
what
there in the
somebody's
30s.
going to give Malik Willis.
Which
next year.
I would be willing to take that shot on Malik Willis after how he played this year.
What about Mitch?
I think the script is written on Mitch.
You think
I'm
so?
kind of a Trubisky truther, dude. He's got some shockingly good numbers to his name.
Yeah.
He's better than he's been better than people think. Now he's been studying under Josh Allen.
What about the other Titans quarterback?
Will Levis.
Will Levis.
I had him on the list. Too.
Let me go ahead and tell you, he will not be the next Sam Darnold.
And then,
Speaking of Dick Hammer, though,
yeah,
Will Levis.
Wow.
yeah. I think J.J. McCarthy just bought himself 4 more years as a starter.
Yep.
I think that seeing what's happening with Sam Darnold is good for 9.
Well, also the Vikings. Sometimes you have to avoid the sunken cost fallacy. I don't think they can. Like they have gone so all in on JJ that at this point they have to make it work.
But that was like the big story last year, was that JJ was going to beat out Sam Darnold, and then he got hurt. And Sam Darnold was awesome and has been on this miracle run since. But if JJ doesn't, I think he had a calf injury.
Yep.
If he doesn't get hurt, then who knows?
Yeah, like
where
does Sam Darnold even happen?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Sliding doors. I got one other name. Deshaun Watson. What about Deshaun Watson? What if Deshaun Watson comes back next year and is good again?
I would not be. Stephen Che probably thinks that's one of the more likable players in the NFL. I mean, that's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Because that fan base would probably
Love him?
mind ninja themselves
Yes, you have
into liking.
You know,
Deshaun.
there
Well,
is
they
a
have a Pro
team-
Bowl quarterback.
That's true.
There is a team that could need a
timing.
quarterback for part of the season. Happens to be where Deshaun Watson is from.
That's right, T. How are we feeling about it? Would you support it?
No. Out on Deshaun.
What about guy?
Bring me Malik Willis.
I do think, like, we forget how good Deshaun Watson was.
He was
We're
unreal.
strictly talking on the field stuff.
Yeah.
He was a great quarterback for a long time in Houston. He was like top 5 in the league for sure.
He was tier 1 in the athletic tier list.
Yeah.
The Bears thing was like, how could you pass on Deshaun and Mahomes?
Yeah.
It was Deshaun was in that conversation as I can't believe you passed on him.
What if just next year he's good again?
It could happen. It could definitely happen. What about now? Do Kyler and Tua? Do they fall into this category, or are they more of like? Because like you think about Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Kyler, Tua, all guys that had like one flash, got paid big.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Love and Lawrence now, their stock's high, the others are cratering. Do they fall into that Darnold conversation, or do they need a couple of years to find themselves and then they have their opportunity?
I think Tua over these last couple seasons, he'll never have a coach that believes in him as much
That's
as
very
McDaniel
true.
did.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And Tua seems like a great guy. Seems like a nice dude, man of God, Big T. He just seems like he's maxed out what he's able to do with his arm in this league.
Yeah.
Kyler, I don't know. Kyler's weird. He seems like he doesn't really enjoy playing football that much. Maybe he does.
Playing
But
COD.
yeah, he loves his video games. He loves other things. He's got outside interests.
Maybe he could be on the Bush.
Or yeah,
Right, dude.
Yeah, or in Major League Baseball. Who knows? But like something about Kyler, I feel like I would not put him on this list, even though a lot of people will.
He feels like more of a baseball lifestyle guy.
He's
Yeah,
got,
that's a
well,
great way to put
he's
it.
got the baseball BBL. He's got that bad body language to him.
Taller than Pavia, though.
Kind of like, All right, guys, coming up next, let's talk a little Hall of Fame. Bill Belichick not making it. Did anybody else get snubbed? Get to it next, Wake Up Barstool. All right, guys, welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. I got to shout out somebody real quick. Remember, if you want to get involved in the show, hashtag AskWub. We'll answer all the best questions in this show. There's a guy, Jordaniels, Joe Dan, on Twitter. And I've not acknowledged this yet. I've never responded to it. I've never liked it. For the past month, every single day, he tweets me the exact same thing. When are y'all going to start talking NASCAR on Whoa?
Oh, good question.
We have no plans on NASCAR. We never have. But I am impressed with your consistency and persistence. So does anybody have a NASCAR take?
No,
for
but I did
Jordan?
listen to Numbers on the Cars by Riley Green this morning on my way in, which is a NASCAR adjacent song.
Okay.
Sad song.
3 guys below the Mason-Dixon line here.
Yeah.
No NASCAR guys.
No.
I, in high school, went to Atlanta Motor Speedway for a race once. I went to Talladega for a race once. And incredibly fun to go to live. I wish I would go when I was of drinking age, because I couldn't drink at the time. But, no, not much of a casual watch.
Also, the Mason-Dixon line was never meant to denote north and south, and it's a Fugazi.
My bad.
That's a terrible line of demarcation.
Okay.
There's plenty of stuff below the Mason-Dixon line that is not the same.
What are some good lines of demarcation?
Anywhere where
Southern border.
no.
No.
No, you gotta have you need your education rankings to be sub 35, and
Not
ideally some. I mean, I like a high obesity rate if you want to be real deep south.
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to taste your cornbread.
Yeah.
I need to hear like to me, and we don't need to do the whole segment. Like Kentucky, people think Kentucky's the South, not the South. That's just worse Ohio.
Kentucky borders Ohio.
Yeah.
I know that.
No. I'm asking. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I actually forgot T-Bone doesn't know where anything is.
The Cincinnati airport is in Kentucky.
What?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, this guy.
If you order a tea at a restaurant, do they bring you sweet tea, or do they
yep.
ask you?
Yeah. Or if they even have sweet tea at all.
Yep. Yeah, that's a big one.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
T, how you feel about collard greens? Because I'm coming to collard greens late in life. My wife just made them for the first time this this New Year's, and she used like some TikTok recipes she found. It might be a top 5 tastiest food I've ever put in my mouth.
Really?
It was unfreaking
There's a specific time and place for them.
Yeah. I don't want them year round. I like them to have a little bit of holiday importance or special importance, but I'm just saying, like, you drop a turkey leg in that thing, you cook it over time, the amount of flavor you can pack into these
You're
greens.
saying if you could pick 5 things in the world to eat, collard greens would be one of them.
I'm just saying
Your last
from a
meal?
top 5 may be aggressive, but it is, I would say it's objectively in my top 10, without a doubt. That's how good it was. So if you haven't come to them yet, everybody should try out some good greens. Now, it probably could go bad quickly. Like my wife killed it, but yes, just be on the lookout. If you hear a place has good greens, I would say take the shot on it.
Yeah, I think if you go to a restaurant and it's got the condiment that's just the hot peppers that are floating in vinegar, that's a good test of if it's the South or not.
Do they have, I mean, is this too Louisiana or is hot sauce pervasive? Because having quick availability of Tabasco is something that I've always judged places by as well.
I would assume that's everywhere.
Tabasco's everywhere.
Yeah.
I would say that if you have like a selection of 3 super cheap hot sauces on the table, that's the South.
PFT, what's your Hall of Fame sauces here?
Hall of Fame sauces?
Yes.
You know what?
Queso.
I actually kind of like that question. Good job.
Yeah, queso goes in there. Could be a dip, but I refer to it as a sauce. Ranch is a Hall of Fame sauce.
Yep.
Ranch gets a lot of hate nowadays. I don't care. I love ranch.
Where are you seeing that?
It's a Big T. You should.
Well,
be aware of the
I feel like
hipsters out
I'm
there.
not very in on ranch, and I feel like I'm on an island with
I feel
that.
like that's a big Midwest thing, is ranch.
I feel like ranch is one of the best 5-tool sauces we got.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk about
Pizza.
See,
plugging
people
in anywhere.
overuse it now. That's the thing.
But it's because it tastes good on
Like,
anything.
did you have ranch with the chicken? No, I didn't.
This is a bit, I mean, this is kind of basic, but I love Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah.
Like whatever it is, I don't know if it's like, because I think I love honey mustard. That would be definitely one of my top. And Chick-fil-A sauce is like an evolved honey mustard, even next level. If I buy the Chick-fil-A sauce thing, I just sit there and I catch myself just squirting it into my mouth.
Just catching it.
Just plain.
I would put ketchup on there.
Yeah.
Ketchup also gets a lot of hate.
Not European ketchup.
Not
though.
European ketchup. And as a matter of fact, I go to a restaurant and they're like, we actually make our own ketchup in-house. I'm just like, bring out the Heinz. Come on. They've perfected it. It's sweet. I know it's bad for you. I don't care.
Yeah.
Tangy, Heinz. Don't mess with a good thing.
Barbecue sauce, first ballot, right?
Barbecue sauce, very good.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I would put that up there.
That's
too.
probably my all-time #1 sauce.
A lot of room
Thousand
to play. Yeah, Thousand Island's great. But a lot of room to play with barbecue sauce as well, which I like, right? You can go more viscous. You can go more like,
Yeah.
But different bases.
yeah, like vinegar base, like more sweet base. Actually, hot sauce the same way in a lot of ways. All right, let's get to a little. What's that?
Sports.
I was loving the sauce. talk.
I was asking my ear if gravy is a sauce
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I'm also getting some pushback that ketchup is a condiment.
No.
Blurred
it's-
line.
But we're gonna play with a loose definition of sauce here. We'll say gravy.
What else would you? So condiments are different than sauces. Those are interchangeable.
Yeah, that's kind of a confusing line. Speaking of
Well,
lines
I feel
of
like
demarcation.
relish could be a condiment, but
Yeah.
it's not a sauce.
Okay, but all the other things were named. I mean, barbecue sauce is a condiment.
True.
Mayo.
When you
Mayo,
say
sauce, or
we
condiment?
have a condiment bar over there.
Condiment.
Yeah. But again, a lot of room to play with mayo.
Mustard should be up there too. I'm a mustard freak. I love a good mustard.
Just all mustard.
All mustards. Yellow mustard, Grey Poupon. I'm talking that weird grainy stuff that's like kind of brown sometimes. It
Yeah.
has like
Little
full
seeds
spheres.
in it.
Nodules in it.
Give me all the mustards, yeah.
All sauces are condiments. Not all condiments are sauces.
I think that's probably a pretty fair definition there.
Chocolate
T.
sauce. That's got to be up there too. I could just talk sauce all day.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I'm just more of a savory guy. Chocolate sauce doesn't do much for me.
You don't like ice cream? You don't like ice cream with a little fudge on there?
Does it mean we're going to break? Did we do the whole segment on sauce?
I
That was
don't
our
say
whole-
no to
yeah.
it. I don't say no to it, but I prefer. I'm a little bored in my ice cream. I like a base vanilla. I like a perfect vanilla. In my older age, I've gone more Japanese in my philosophies, where I want something simple, executed to the highest degree.
Yeah.
Give me the perfect piece of pepperoni pizza. Give me a perfect vanilla ice cream. And that's how I'll judge you, and then I'll look at the rest of your menu and see kind of what you're working with.
And that was us talking Bill Belichick in the Hall of Fame.
Biggest snub on the Hall of Fame sauces gotta be sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour's not bad.
I love Polynesian. More Wake Up coming next. All right, guys, it's time to deal with one of the more important topics of the day, and one that is a bit polarizing, both literally and figuratively, and that's outdoor football. After the conference championship, it seems like outdoor football is under attack.
Yeah.
Kurt Warner, not a fan. Florio writing an article that the game was unwatchable and that conference championship being a neutral site. A lot of Denver's come out and said in their new stadium with the retractable roof that they would have closed the roof on that game. We would have been denied the blizzard. What are our thoughts? Who is right in this outdoor football debate?
I'm right. Kurt Warner's wrong. Florio's wrong. Does Florio even like football? I don't know. I can't tell from this tape.
I mean, you and Florio, you would know Florio better than anyone.
I know Florio like the back of my hand. And Florio is 100% wrong. Look, Kurt Warner's kind of leaning into the bit because he's been the anti-weather guy for a long time.
Kurt.
Weather is a part of the game. This, Big T, you should hate this take.
I'm shocked. So you fall on the Warner side of this.
I'm not gonna bang for it, but I would not be upset. Now, neutral site, I find asinine. Never do that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But if every professional stadium had a retractable roof, I would not be upset by that.
What is the point of having a retractable roof then?
So that when it's good weather, you can be outside.
No.
When it's bad weather, you can be inside.
I mean, that is a pretty simple point.
I would ban domes. I would ban domes. Why play it outside at all?
So wait, Chief, because the Bears
when
right
it's
now,
nice, you can play outside.
Because the Bears right now
just keep it 72 degrees all the time.
I'd be fine with that.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid. That's dumb, Big T.
Why?
Because football is meant to be played outdoors.
Okay, and I agree with you to an extent.
Baseball,
I agree with you to an extent, but I don't want to see a trip to the Super Bowl decided because of weather.
I don't mind it. You have to adapt. You have to have teams that can adapt, coaching staffs that have to adapt to the weather and the elements, figure out what's working, what's not, depending on if it's snowing outside, if it's 30 degrees outside, if it's 70 degrees outside, whatever the case may be.
So then where's the line, though? If it's -2 degrees and there's a foot of snow and, you literally can't run, is that you like that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. I like.
All right, then that's fine.
I don't like it. I would not like it for every game, but you remember the snow games.
Yeah.
They're a deep part of my brain, thinking back to the Tuck Rule game.
Vinatieri in the snow making that kick. That makes it the greatest kick of all time.
Yeah.
I have a lot of analogies of things you remember that you probably don't necessarily like.
Well, that's true.
So generally, things that are
Can we
traumatizing?
Can we get an example of one
Have you
of the
been
analogies?
traumatized by
Do you have
snow?
anything
I had one, but it was going to get into a whole thing, and they'll cancel you now.
They will. No, he's
got
right. They will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chief, you look disgusted.
Yeah, I mean, you think of the Ice Bowl, there's that famous Bengals Chargers where they're carrying Winslow off the field.
Yeah.
They didn't even have helmets then, dude.
Exactly. It's been part of the game forever. So it is instantiated, it's stamped on football's
I would like
identities.
to think that we have been able to evolve the game since the 50s.
Chief, are you
He wants to play Nerf football. You want to Nerf football. You want no head hits, no hard hits. Just
No,
play flag.
no.
Flag football.
I'm actually
inside
Guardian
in the South,
captain.
like Big
Incorrect.
T.
Guardian captain.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Erroneous. I have said forever football is a violent game played by violent people. Basketball is a contact sport. Football is a collision sport. And if you
I
don't want
like
to play
that.
it, then get off the damn field. Get rid of targeting. Get rid of all that. You're 1,000% wrong. However, when it comes to determining who the best teams are, I want that decided by the football players, not God.
Are they playing on different fields? They're all playing on the same field, dealing with the same elements.
If it's cold for you,
It's
cold
a
for them.
nonsensical argument.
I think that what's going to bum me out. I mean, even the Bears are talking about.
They're
not playing
absolutely going to
outdoors
have a
anymore.
dome if they can ever figure out how to get a stadium.
Good. And I'll be there with bells on.
What's going to suck is that
I'm going to dress up as the dome.
Big T loves dome.
What's going to suck is that despite all of our objections, when everybody does this, the next generation is not going to care.
Well, at least we've got the Bills and their new stadium.
Yes,
That's
yes.
not going to have a roof on it. They're going to be holding strong for at least the next
And
25, 30 years.
exactly.
The Brown Stadium's got a dome. The Chiefs are going to have a dome. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
And in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
That's a good
It's going to
point.
work out for the Bills. All right, Coming up next hour, we got SLU head coach Josh Schertz coming on, talk a little hoop. We also got Cam Jordan, a future Hall of Famer in his own right. So don't go anywhere, guys. We got a lot more to get to on today's Wake Up Barstool. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. So college hoops is roaring right along, and one of the hottest teams in the entire country are the SLU Billikens. 21, first place in the A10, top 25 in the nation. And right now, it's our pleasure to be joined by the head man himself, Josh Schertz. Coach Schertz, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for hopping on with us.
No, I appreciate having me on. Thank you so much. It's good to be on, and good to be have a chance to connect with Carson. And I do appreciate on the show now. I got to say, my guy Rico Bosco, president of the St. Louis Billiken bandwagon, months ago. He's the president of it, so I got to be on the show. Him laying that foundation.
Coach, I respect that. I am a rider. I love Rico. He's a great guy. Do you know how many different teams he roots for, though? Like, are you aware that you are his side piece?
I did not know I was a side piece. I just knew that a couple months ago I saw that he was on with the Billikens gear, talking about the Billikens. He was one of the first ones, kind of president of the bandwagon, and he pulled it on. So, but I didn't know there was a lot of these teams. So
he was wearing Washington Huskies gear yesterday.
No, Coach, don't let them know. Stop. Don't let them do this. Rico loves you.
If your equipment guys did not send him a sweatsuit, he'd be the #1 St. Louis hater. Just so you're aware.
Yeah, well, they made the right choice.
On that one.
They made the right choice. Now, speaking of Rico, he was giving me some intel on you, Coach. When is the last time that you think you watched a movie? Maybe in theaters or out of theaters? Or you're not much of a movie guy?
No, I probably my son. I went with my older son. He wanted to watch that Marty, whatever it was, Supreme. That was probably the first time in about 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, so then how do you like to fill your time? I hear you have quite a culinary interest.
I do love food, obviously. Yeah, you can look at me and see that. I enjoy eating good wine. But I'm pretty much a basketball guy. Like I have basketball and family. I've got my 2 boys, my wife, and then I honestly enjoy watching film. I enjoy I'm on Synergy all the time, or watching different teams, college, pro, Europe, whatever it is, and that's probably outside of my family. That's honestly an enjoyment for me, not something that I look at as just a part of the job. But I truly enjoy diving in, learning, and watching other people and seeing how I can get better.
This guy might be too pure for Rico.
I mean, look, dude, you love your job, and what, you never work a day in your life? Isn't that the old saying?
Mm-hmm. That's the key to happiness, right? Do something you would do. Won't tell my bosses, but when you do something you do for free, it makes it easy. But don't play that anywhere else. So that's just
your agent loves hearing that.
He's thrilled now. The show is automatically canceled.
Coach, so take me through this year a little bit. Obviously, second season as Billikens head coach, dominant year. How do we feel the team is rounding into form as we prepare to enter the March, the time of college basketball?
Yeah, it's been a great group. Going back to the summer, incredibly ambitious group. They're super connected. We obviously. We have really good players. It's not like a feel-good story where you go, oh man, we got this team, and it's like the little engine that could. It starts with we have great players. We got talented guys. They work exceptionally hard. They compete. They compete together. They're in this era it's hard. I mean, they're a group that's invested and committed to team success matters to them. We've got 9 guys who play. They all share minutes. I don't think we have anybody averaging 13 points a game, but we got, I think, 6 guys in double digits and 8 guys averaging 8 or more points a night. And so, it's in every way you want. They got great energy. They work hard, high character guys, invested in team, and they sacrifice. And so going back to June, it's been an incredible run. Just the talent, but then the commitment to work, and then the competitive character of the guys in the locker room. It makes it a joy to come to work every day. Been lucky to have some teams like this, and it's fun every day. And then some years it's not quite as much fun, but this group has been, for me, as much fun as I've had coaching.
Carson?
Coach, you're coming from Indiana State. This is your second year at St. Louis. At Indiana State, you had a 32-7 record 3 seasons ago. How do you bring that winning culture and system while adapting to the new expectations of St. Louis?
Well, first, I love the shirt. So let's get out of the way.
Coach, we might be able to get you one.
I might have to put in. You have to see if I can get one sent this way. That is fantastic. I would definitely wear that. No, I think when culture is always people. I think the magic is always in the people and the work. You got to have both. And if you have the right people, and I think we've hired a great staff. That I think is as good as any staff in college basketball. The guys I work with on an everyday basis, and then you got to recruit the right people. And there's a level of talent, but there's talent in every gym in the country at this level, and certainly every gym in the A10. It's about not just prioritizing, but identifying and getting the right guys in terms of their competitive character, and getting guys that are committed to those things, to team success. Guys that will prioritize winning. It's so easy to prioritize other things. We've got a superstar in Robbie Avila that makes it all work. I think the signature of individual greatness in a team sport is your ability to elevate the people you play with to, beyond their abilities, a level or two above. And he does that, and he sacrifices. And so there's a lot of things that make it work, but it all starts with the people and the work. And we've been, we had at Indiana State, my time at LMU, we had some amazing teams, and it all, it centers on that. Everybody wants the secret sauce, and the secret sauce is there's no magic. It's just people and work and the consistency of that, stacking days and having programmatical bedrocks you can lean into.
I'm a big fan of Avila. I think we all are.
Incredible nicknames. What is it? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Yeah.
Milt Chamberlain?
It's great.
Larry Nerd. That's blurry. There's a lot.
When you get him to come along with you to St. Louis, how do you coach him in front of your new team? Because I know some coaches would try to make it a point to be like, hey, no one's different on this team. I'm going to coach the stars harder sometimes than I coach the other guys. And then some coaches would take it a different direction, be like, yeah, this guy he's obviously the focus that we have right now as an offense, so we're going to treat him a little bit differently. How do you manage that coming to a new school and trying to establish that new culture?
Yeah, I think your best player or best players set the tone for everything in your organization, right? Rob is a guy that, talk about a guy that cares about winning, that I think he brings the vision for, what we want to be as a program, what we want to be culturally, how we want to play to the locker room, to the court. He expedited the buy-in of everybody else at St. Louis because he's so bought into our culture, the way we operate, the way we do things. Even this year, he's gone from playing 35 minutes a game last year to 25 minutes a game this year, and hasn't complained a single second. And he's playing, his numbers are down, but his efficiency levels are sky high. And so, I've coached Rob hard. I mean, he can take it. He wants to be coached. He wants to be pushed. He wants to get better. He's got a great humility about him. He's an unbelievably, the best players I've been around in college basketball are secure players. They're not keeping score. They're secure in who they are. They want to be coached. They want to be pushed. They're not scared to be challenged. They have the most responsibility. With the most responsibility, I think, comes the most demands. And, I'm able to coach him hard, but he has a great way. He's got such a, self-effacing, way about him. He takes basketball incredibly seriously, but doesn't take himself too seriously. So you can joke with him, laugh. I think he creates a joy and a humor in the locker room on a day-to-day basis. And then he's got such a calm endurance. He never gets too high, never gets too low. That's why, he just showed that shot against GW on Tuesday. That guy's as clutch as any player, you could ever have. And it goes back to, he's got this calm endurance. He never gets too high, never gets too low. It takes what he does seriously, doesn't take himself too seriously, which allows you to have a lot of fun. And he sets the tone for, everything that happens. And so we coach him hard, but we laugh a lot. And he is sacrificed, and everybody else falls in line with the way that he does things for us.
Josh, obviously you've got things rolling at St. Louis. The program's doing great. I'm sure you love St. Charles or Weldon Spring or wherever you live. I know you don't want to upset the apple cart. But I've spent some time in St. Louis and I've eaten a lot of Emo's Pizza. And as I've come to grow as an adult, I know you don't want to upset anybody in town, but it's not good, right? Like you don't.
I would say this: Emo's Pizza is something that if you're a native St. Louis and they love it, I think if you were not born here, I don't know anybody that loves it.
I think that's.
I will say that, like, people that are born here, they absolutely think it's the greatest pizza of all time. And I was born in New York, so I'm used to New York style. There's a great pizza place here, close to where I live that I frequent. But no, Emo's Pizza was a one and done for me. But I'm not from here, so But if you're from St. Louis, you think it's the greatest thing ever. So tip of the cap, and I will just have to agree to disagree.
They do love it
on Emo's.
Do you have okay? So then, what is your favorite St. Louis culinary quirk or endeavor that you've discovered so far?
Gosh, it's got such incredible Italian food. There's a place there's an area in town called The Hill, and it's just got these iconic Italian restaurants. And, and so there's this cluster of amazing Italian restaurants here in town, but you got everything. It's really a good foodie town. I'm a big sushi guy. They've got some good sushi spots here in St. Louis. But the Italian piece is just, I don't know that there's, it's second to none. I mean, the Hill area, and then there's a place by, about 15 minutes from my house called Paul Mano's. That's outstanding. But Charlie Gito's is somewhere that everybody, really in St. Louis knows, super famous. But you could go in the Hill and there's probably 20 Italian restaurants, and they're all elite level. And it's all in that little section of St. Louis.
I'm going to call you Coach. I'm not like Big T. I'm not going to disrespect you by just jumping.
Oh, in J school, listen, I know you didn't go to J school.
Josh was crazy.
He's a man with a name. You call him by his name. He's not my coach.
Okay, well, I'm going to respect the office.
Unless you want to be
Big T, this is the winningest active coach in college basketball over a 10-year period in the entire country.
Coach Josh, what would you like me to call you?
Josh is fine, man.
I want to respect.
I don't think my players call me Coach, so it's good. It's all good.
I want to respect him as a man.
That's a test, Big T. I'm going to call it Coach. I respect the office of Coach. Coach, you got the basketball coach voice going on right now, which I love. You're probably not going to be able to speak with your full voice until probably I would imagine like April is when it starts to recover. Do you have a voice regimen? Do you drink hot water, honey? Do you take care of your voice at all, or is it just like you can pencil it in from November until early April? Your voice is going to be gone.
I probably should get something to do that. My wife is always on me about my voice and how it sounds in season. So maybe I need to get on, like, who is it? Like Mariah Carey has some sort of great regimen.
Yeah.
Maybe I gotta maybe Google that, see what she does. That's actually a good idea. I hadn't even thought of it, but maybe get on that Mariah Carey regimen and see what I can get going.
It might help, but again, I think you have the perfect college basketball voice.
You
right
trust
now.
him.
Yeah,
you hear that, you trust him immediately.
That's a guy that knows ball. Yeah.
Maybe I just leave it as is. If I'm gaining trust and improving my credibility, then I'll just keep the voice cracking.
Coach, as I kind of referenced there, winningest active coach in all of college basketball in a 10-year period, absolutely dominated in your 13 years with the Rail Splitters, and now you're climbing. Here you sit on the verge of an NCAA tournament. What do you think are the keys to, as everything heightens, what are the elements that you're looking for out of your team to try to hit its stride at that perfect time?
Yeah, I still think we can get a lot better. I really do. We've got a team that, we have a lot of new guys. I think we have 14 scholarship players, 10 are new. So a lot of these guys are in their first year in the system, first year together. I think there's still a lot of room for growth individually, collectively. We can be better relative to, we talk about the possession game. I think in modern basketball, what wins, I would have said, 3-4 years ago, it's all shot quality, what your shot profile is. And that's still, really important. But I would say what trumps shot quality in the modern era is probably shot quantity and making sure you get more of your shots than your opponent. And so we got to be better in the shot quantity piece. I think there's, the 4 factors that go into that, from, taking care of the ball to forcing turnovers to your offensive and defensive rebounding numbers. We can be better in there. I think we got individual and team wise. I think there's still room for growth in terms of understanding. We play a pretty unique way. So, I think the guys understanding, we tend to offensively in my career, our teams tend to get better as the year goes on. And my expectation is, we'll be playing our best basketball, hopefully both ends of the floor here in the next few weeks as we head into March.
Hell yeah, man. Coach, can't thank you enough for waking up with us this morning, joining us, giving us some time. Shout out to Billikens, man. Yep. Best of luck going forward. Can't wait to watch what happens in March.
Thank you guys for having us on. Appreciate the love and in all seriousness, and love what you guys do. Keep up the great work, and we'll be following.
Hell yeah, man.
We'll be following you.
Let's go.
Yeah, I like this guy.
Salute head coach Josh Schertz, good guy. Yeah, I agree. I'm all in there.
Great and friend of Rico's is a friend of mine.
True.
Friend of ours.
All of us, unless you're Skill.
Yep.
Coming up next, Jersey Jerry Wub from the Tub. Jerry joining us live from Dallas. He's deep in the bush. We'll check in with our guy next. Welcome in. Wake Up Barstool rolling right along here on this Thursday morning. And normally we have Jerry in the chair. Today, he's going to wub from the tub. Here he is, Jersey Jerry, live from the tub. We've already confirmed no bathing suit, no underwear. Kind of exciting in some ways. Jer, what are you doing in Dallas right now? Catch us up.
Listen, thank you guys for having me on. Nice little segment we got here, Wub from the Tub. I'm loving it. Bubbles are flowing. Water's hot, feeling warm. Listen, I'm in Dallas, Texas. Major one for the Bush. Now, people are like, oh, Jerry, every week you say, this is a big match for the Bush, or, oh, Jerry, this is a big tournament for the Bush. It doesn't get bigger than this. Major one. Here in Dallas, we are so locked in, guys. I am so pumped up for this team. Vibes are great at the house. I thought, these guys at the house were going to be just a bunch of mutes. These guys are incredible.
Jerry,
I feel like we're best friends.
Take your hand off the mic, Jerry.
Well, I'm scared about that. That's a problem, Eric, because I'm scared about dropping it because I'm naked.
Yeah, but we're gonna need to have the hand off the mic. That's a risk we'll have to take.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We gotta be.
I do sideways.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. This is good.
That's better.
Jerry, explain the concept of wub from the tub from us. This was your idea. You're like, I can wub from the tub. So explain the. How did you come up with this segment?
Well, first of all, wub and tub, they both rhyme. And I could have just did it at the desk because I got a desk in my room, but I felt like this was a good idea. Is it bad?
No, it's good. I just didn't know.
I think it adds a little spice to the show.
I didn't know the background behind it, but now, yeah, it does rhyme. And so, can you tell us what Major One is?
Yeah, so pretty much, leading up to this event, it's like
need you to take your hand off the mic, Jerry.
I'm getting scared, Eric, because it's slipping. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So pretty much every week, the prior weeks, were all these cups and elites that lead up to Major One. Major One is also the first time ever we'll be competing in person. They call it a LAN, LAN. Mm-hmm. I believe that stands for, I could be wrong, Local Area Network?
That's right. Nailed it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so this is in person. These guys are going to be at a desk, face-to-face against the other team, screaming, cussing, all that great stuff.
Jared, real quick before we get back to the Bush, again, like we said, massive day for the Bush. Everybody go watch. What is it? Born in Telluride, built in the Bush. We got to talk to you about the Steelers. Mike McCarthy, officially hired next Steelers head coach. A complicated move. Same resume as Harbaugh, but kind of the same resume as Tomlin. How we feeling about it?
Listen, I'll be honest, guys. At first, I was pissed that they hired Mike McCarthy. And then everything changed a couple days ago once I found out he was a crier.
Yeah.
I mean, he cried that whole press conference. He wore his heart on his sleeve. You couldn't ask the guy a question without him crying. He loves Pittsburgh. He loves that city so much. He bleeds black and gold. I got to be honest. I can almost guarantee, matter of fact, I'll guarantee it right now on this show. Mike McCarthy will win a Super Bowl with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, hell yes, dude.
From the tub. That's a tub lock.
The tub, that's a tub lock.
We never had one of those before.
No.
It is kind of funny. I had the exact same reaction to finding out McCarthy was from Pittsburgh and just loves Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It completely changed my outlook on the whole thing.
The crying makes a difference. Like,
Yeah.
I do like a coach that cries when he's talking about ball.
It
Probably get 2
humanizes
years
him.
now.
Yeah. Jerry, so tell me more about this major here. So what happens if you guys win? Does that mean that all your players leave and they go to the big leagues?
That could be a possibility. Like, so if you win this land, more teams will look at you guys like, okay, these guys are the real deal. They not only proved it online, which is important, but now they understand how to play in person. And there's different levels to playing in person. You go, guys crumble when they're in person sometimes. So they'll look at that like, oh, okay, he's the real deal. So yes, Eric, to answer your question, there's a good chance not one, but multiple people could get picked up from the Telluride Bush if we win this Sunday.
What are your expectations? Have you set like a goal for your team, and what happens if they don't meet? Are you willing to, like, is this put up or shut up time?
Yeah, so pretty much, I don't want to put the pressure, on the guys at all. Last night we were having some great barbecue, and I just told them, the expectation is to win, but like I understand, we're not going to win every single major, every single tournament. It doesn't work like that. But to walk out of here in our first year, top 2, top 3 would be incredible. We want to win it all, but if we could place top 2, top 3 in this major one land, it's just a great story for the Telluride Bush.
Jared, real quick before the bubbles run out, where can everybody watch the Bush today?
So today we're not playing, but Friday we will be playing. We'll be live on the Telluride Bush YouTube,
Okay.
Sass's Twitch, and my Twitch as well.
Hey, Jerry, real quick, if you're not playing till Friday, why did you intentionally try to get out there so early?
Yeah, T-Bob, great question, brother. So got out here early because we also have to film content this week. We were just yesterday. We visited the most well-known and respected Call of Duty esports organizations that has ever lived, Optic, Texas, which they put up massive numbers year in, year out. Just a great organization over there. So we filmed a bunch of content. It was incredible. So yeah, T-Bob, to answer your question, we were just doing content.
Good question.
And that was T-Bob.
Yeah, that was Big T. Okay, hey.
Big T, sorry.
Hey, Big T, it's same deal.
Jerry,
hey,
love you. Good luck.
Jared, love you, babe. Thank you so much. Good luck. And
Thanks, boy.
Flip that camera on before you get out that tub. All right, guys, coming up next, we got our guy, Cam Jordan. I love this guy. I've been cheering for him for years. It's the first time I ever interviewed him. I can't wait. Next on What? What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. Again, another bucket list moment for myself here as we are going to talk to not only one of the greatest New Orleans Saints of all time, but one of the best NFL players of all time. A guy who's a member of the 2010s All-Decade team. He does it all. He rushes the passer. He gets out the run. He plays every freaking game and every freaking snap. It's Cam Jordan. Cam, what's happening, babe? Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning.
Man, I've been up for hours. I had to cook the kids breakfast and get them to school. I'm in dad mode right now, living my best life.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, man. What's the age range of the kids? I got 7, 5, and 3 myself.
10, 9, 7, 5.
Damn. Okay, dude.
Yeah. One little macho alpha at the very top, and then I was like, men make men, and then the good Lord humbled me. He was like, woman. I said, okay, I'm out.
Hey, so we were talking a little bit off air. Big T's a massive Falcons fan, therefore, by extension, naturally, because of the torture chamber that you put him in for so many years. He is a hater of yours. Let's start here. When it comes to the Falcons, what are you most thankful for? What have the Atlanta Falcons done for Cam Jordan?
Man, the numerous turkey leg wins that we've had for you guys, the numerous multiple sack games I've had against you, the 25 sacks over the last, 15 years I've had against your franchise, phenomenal. When I tell you, me and Matt Ryan will forever be intertwined. 23 sacks between a defensive player and a quarterback, the most in NFL history. Without him, how could I be historic?
We're talking about a Hall of Fame quarterback here. Let's show some.
Yeah, we're talking about a Hall of Fame pass rusher.
Exactly. It only makes me feel better. I think he's a Hall of Famer too. He was a 2015 MVP, and he was my best.
16.
Yeah. I had to think about that. Hey, he was my best friend on terms of laying down.
Real quick, there's that great moment a couple of years ago where Ryan's now off the field, and you kind of snuck up on him and scared him. Did y'all ever talk about that after? What did he say?
Yeah, we talking about after he retired or while he was playing? Because I've done both.
No, after he was retired. He was in the suit. I remember the video. It went viral. He was in the suit. He's getting ready to call the game, and you gave him a little Cam Jordan PTSD.
No, exactly. I had to get a little quick sack attack, and I was like, man, I said, hey, we talked about, I think that following Super Bowl, he popped up on the show, on the morning show, and like sacked me back. And I was like, you deserve it, pal. Like for all the times I've hit you, you didn't know, and all the strip sacks I've had off you, you deserve to get this one lick back. And then, I even sent him a portrait during bye week. Saw him again, sent him a nice little portrait he had to open up on set. And it's just, again, I love that guy. If there's a picnic, he's invited. If there's a cookout, hey, come on over. If there's a Thanksgiving that he needs, I've had plenty of turkey legs because of the Falcons, so they can, of course, have one off
None
me.
of this is Matt Ryan's fault. This is the run of awful GMs that have got a rotating cast of right tackles forever. This has nothing to do with Matt Ryan.
And one of those turkey games, though, Cam was rushing at the 3-tech, and he was dominating the interior as well. So it ain't just the tackles.
Well, listen, this has been an awful franchise for a long time.
I like the idea of Matt Ryan just going about his business day to day, always in the back of his head, like Cam Jordan might be here. He's in his belly, picking up his kid from school, like in the pickup line. Oh, is he back there? He's checking his rearview mirror all the time. Is it only the Matt Ryan stats that you keep, or do you remember your numbers against other quarterbacks too?
Yeah, I mean, I know I've sacked Cam Newton like 9.5 times because he's, my draft class. I've sacked, Jameis Winston like, if you count all the half sacks, I guess only like 8 or 9 times. And it's really because, Cam Newton was the 2011 draft class #1 overall, and he was my first sack. Jameis Winston is like family to me.
Yeah.
So, we were sitting there on a plane going to a game one week, and I was like, I appreciate you for all those sacks. And he's like, man, you didn't sack me that many times. You probably got me once or twice. I was like, oh,
sounds like
yeah, right. Yeah, so I compiled a highlight reel of how many times I got him. And the very next week I sat down, I was like, hey, remember you said y'all only sacked you like once or twice? It was like 8 or 9.5 sacks. And then I played the clip for him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I take what I said back. I said, no, I know.
Did you sit down and actually like open up like Final Cut Pro and edit your own highlight reel, or do you have a guy for that?
Yeah, that would have been sick. No, I for sure pushed that to my manager, Rebecca Otto, who then pushed it to NFL Socially or whatever, the whole great media on the social NFL side. And got that done. No, it was not me. Yeah. I don't have any highlight cut ability in me.
Is there a quarterback you like to sack the most, or you're like, man, that one felt good?
It was probably Phillip Rivers back in the day because, he was old and decrepit. No, I'm just kidding. It's because, he'd get up and he'd probably he'd talk. You can't say trash because he never cursed. So he'd talk peppery. Is that?
Yeah.
Hey, young man, you can't do that to me. Yeah, I know.
Get out of here with that mess. You're sorry. Y'all sorry.
Yeah, I'm such a turd. There's the old, I'm just talking so much out there. Wait, Chief, now, because Big T, like we said, Cam, trying to cast aspersions this morning. So we looked up Cam Jordan controversy, and Chief, you have to address this.
Long list.
There's a long list.
In 2022, you were accused of faking an injury for a timeout. Would you care to address that?
Absolutely. It was a Tampa Bay game, and I think I actually twisted my ankle and try to jog it off like, all alphas do. Like, oh, I'm good. No, I'm not. I was like, I took 3 steps. I was like, oh, shoot. I was like, nope, got to go down. And then they ended up trying to find my franchise. I was like, wait, I'm actually on the injury report. Like, I've got a sprain here.
Yeah, the internet says you successfully appealed. So
there we go.
What else
The
is
one
on there?
controversy they had, G. The one controversy they had.
Go down the list. There's more.
Cam, I'm a massive fan of Tyler Shuck. I think something about Shuck we can all appreciate. He seems like he throws a very catchable ball. Seems like a good leader that stepped up this year. Can you talk about like watching the emergence of Tyler Shuck as the year progressed, and do you think that he should be the Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, I think that's obvious that what he showed was nothing short of a great rookie year, and that puts him in contention for it. I think he is a great up and comer. Everybody was knocking him for one errant throw he had during the combine. Yeah. And I was like, bro, they didn't show any of his other throws. Like I had to go find his other throws.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, he's actually a baller. He was out there just rolling out, doing some like silly stuff, and it looked silly.
Yeah, they asked him to make a throw as a joke, and he was like, okay, I'll put my whole body into it. That became the storyline out of Tyler Shuck. But just, I don't know, there's just something about him. Seems like he's got a combination of gunslinger mentality, but also, again, that ball is just so catchable.
And he can roll on cats. Like he turned the corner on, I think it was Atlanta, our last game of the year. Like
probably.
Yep.
Yeah, he turned the corner on those young ends, and then took one to the crib for like 20. Yeah. I mean, he was able to shrug off a defensive lineman that had got a hold of him in that same game and threw a crossbody throw to Kevin Austin, which they called back for offensive line something, holding down the field, whatever that was. And I was like, yo, that's a ball. Yeah. There was plenty of times during season where I was like, all right, we got us one, fellas. Not to say that you don't take that rookie year just in effect of like, oh man, he's gonna be legendary. But he showed enough flashes to where you're like, yeah, we got hope.
Yep. So I mean, like you've played 15 years now, and so every year you have the concept kind of, do I want to keep doing it, do I not? Does that little spark, maybe the code change, like does that inspire you at all to be like, okay, yeah, let's do this again?
No, I mean, what's let's do this again mean? What does that mean?
So you never so the end is nowhere in sight for you.
Hey, I mean, at this point in my career, they talk about the end at like year 9. Like, how many more years you got left? And
yeah, true.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's like beating the same drum. Or at this point, I'm just taking all the right meetings. I'm talking to the right people. I've got, my agent who I've been with for 15 years on football side. I've got my manager who was my PR for the last 15 years. All I'm doing is weighing options, understanding the terrain. And then from there, I'd love to just continue and always continue talking about football.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're incredible on the media side, dude. Like, it's that much is obvious, and that's going to be super fun to watch. You and Jameis actually need to team up again at some point, that side. But what about this? So getting into the media side, you played both the Seahawks and the Patriots this year. So, like, you saw these teams firsthand. Can you give us some insight or kind of break down how you view this matchup?
Man, absolutely. We played them early too.
Yeah.
We had a young quarterback. Rattler was at helm. We had missed a couple linemen by then. Either way, when I saw him, I was like, we sort of got blitzed by Seattle, like uncharacteristically out of hand.
Yeah.
And then so it's like, but you also saw the surgence of Leonard Williams this season and the resurgence and how he was dominating. DeMarcus Lawrence, and Wosu. I mean, they've got so many guys on their front seven. They've got a baller at their linebacker position. All the DBs seem to be balling on Seattle. And as a defensive guy, it's like, how do you not talk about how well this defense is playing? They're stifling at times. They create interceptions. They create turnovers. DeMarcus Lawrence had like two touchdowns this year, running back. I mean, there's nothing that they sort of aren't able to do on defense. And then you look at their offense, of course, with JSN. They got, Cooper Kupp. They've got Kenneth Walker, who's out there balling at the right time in the playoff. Yeah. And, of course, Sam Darnold, who everybody had a question of, what is he that guy? He's a top 5 pick 7-8 years ago. And now, he showed he still got that snap to him in Minnesota. Minnesota lets him walk. He goes to Seattle. And now in the Super Bowl, I mean, he's changed the complete narrative about him. And then we pivot and we talk about the Patriots, right? You say Drake, May. That's still a dope nickname. I'm trying to figure out how to get my own nickname. And then, you talk about Henderson out of Ohio State, who's out there. I like him as a running back. You talk about what Stephon Diggs is able to do. You talk about their offensive line. They invested in this kid, Will Campbell, and I'm conflicted when we talk about offensive linemen in general, so I'm going to leave that alone for right now.
Yeah, you hate them. You generally like them to be faceless and nameless, right?
Well, their best games is when nobody says their name. So that's not on me. That's on them. But you talk about, their defense prowess with Christian Strong Chin Gonzalez. You talk about what they're able to do with Milton Williams and how they brought in Clavon Chase on. He's having darn near a career year. And then they bring in Harold Landry. Man, that defense is up there as well. So if you talk about both those teams, we could talk about this for days. I'm here for it.
Yeah, who do you got? Who you got winning the game?
I went into the last couple games thinking playoffs. I said, man, Rams, Seahawks, that's what the game's going to come down to. And then Seahawks ended up winning. Now, they also got Rashid Shaheed, who's adding to that spectacular special teams run that they got from us. And I said, gosh darn it, good for him.
Yeah.
He's a baller, and we knew it. And there's a reason why he's a Pro Bowl returner. There's a reason why he got that need for Sheed. When you talk about speed, it's crazy. Linear track speed is real, and that's a huge addition. And I think that's what edges them out. You got great defense in the Seahawks versus good defense with the Patriots. You got really, really good offense versus a really, really good offense with the Patriots. And then you talk about special teams. It's clearly leaning towards Seahawks. So it makes my decision a little easier when I think about the scale.
Yeah, is there any offensive lineman that you respect that you've gone to war with that you're like, hey?
No, I respect the entire position. Now, as an entire position, I also hate them. So it's not a specific situation. It's more like they're ops, and I am here to not like them. I go out of my way to disrespect the offensive linemen because if they were more athletic, you know where they'd line up.
True.
You said you like TreVeyon Henderson, and I know we talked a lot about quarterbacks being a pass rusher, but PFT and I do a show with Arian Foster. I don't know how many times y'all played against each other, but if you just wanted to talk trash about him or anything, that would be fun for us. I don't know how many instances you had going up against him.
I mean, Arian Foster was a great running back in our time, so I'm not going to put any dirt on that man's name. I've seen him shake, jump cut. I've seen him do it all in the backfield. He also gave me a couple TFLs, so I appreciate the open zone back in the day. Made me feel right like I could do this. When you tackle Arian Foster in 2011 or 12, and oh, that's a premier running back, which makes me a premier end.
Yep.
Hey, Cam, bolsters a young man's confidence.
Cam, so like we kind of alluded to, you and Jameis got very close to your time in New Orleans. Probably one of the best moments ever was getting that late touchdown against the Falcons that caused all the controversy. Love that you had Jameis's back. But he too, budding media superstar. Dominated the Super Bowl circuit last year. Have you ever done any content with the Rizzler? Do you know who the Rizzler is? Because did you see Jameis?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
He was out to eat with the Rizzler recently.
One of those.
Have you thought about trying to match Riz for Riz with Jameis here?
100% no. Jameis is one of a kind. Mm-hmm. There can never be another Jameis, and you are foolish to think that you can try. In my mind, his energy, his charismatic personality, his ability to want to lead men, and always he's so serious about everything that he does. He's so intentional about everything he does. It's phenomenal to see that he's having the run that he's had, and as well as knowing that it's sustainable because it's not a facade. It's not something that a mask that he's putting on. Jameis Winston is 100% Jameis each and every time he hits this.
Yeah.
A man who got made fun of as a first overall draft pick for, Deshaun Jackson out there looking crazy and for his eating the W, he has turned into a signature mark. He's taking it with stride and didn't let him hold him back. So he's keeping eating W's on and off the field for the foreseeable future.
I think we've talked a lot about Jameis in the last couple of years as it relates to his media ability. But Jameis can still play football. I want to see Jameis get it. He can throw that football, man. He really can. I want to see him back as a starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't know what's going on in the league, why it seems like teams will not take a shot at him.
Put him on your Sam Darnold list.
Yeah, he's on the Sam Darnold. Like, we see Sam Darnold get another chance leading a team to the Super Bowl. I could see Jameis doing that. I just want to take this opportunity to make a stump speech. That's something you cannot tell me that there are 32 or I guess 31 other guys in the NFL that are better at playing quarterback than Jameis Winston, because that's just not true. So that's my piece on Jameis. I want to see him out on the field in addition to doing the media stuff.
Absolutely. I'm in full agreement. I mean, he comes in as a reserve over at the Giants, and he gave hope.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a crazy game against the Cowboys. What about this, Cam? So to keep it like news cycle topical here, the Belichick thing happened yesterday, right? And you are like 100% should be a future Hall of Famer in yourself. Top 20 sack guy, all-decade team member. Again, not just the pass rush, 90% of the plays, like one of the best run defenders ever as well. I guess my question is kind of twofold. Your reaction to the Belichick news, and then as someone who has your resume, is there any fear of like, what if that happens to me?
Which one you want to answer? I'll answer second question first, and then first question second.
Okay, cool.
So in my mind, women lie, men lie, numbers don't. All my numbers add up. You know, if you're looking for if you're multiple Pro Bowls, 8-time Pro Bowler. You're looking for All Pros, there's 3 of All Pros. Now, granted, it's all one first team All Pro, but just think about the era that I'm in with all the pass rushers that may or may not get that push. As long as you got All Pros, you're All Pro. And then if you talk about, in my mind, Hall of Fame is longevity mixed with with peak prime and how long it lasted. And there are 7 seasons of 10 sacks. So just choose your era. 2010's all-decade team. In terms of players, I'm a half sack behind Lawrence Taylor, top 20 all-time. Then there's the whole, the only thing controversial about this is the whole official sack list versus unofficial sack list. Just figure out which one you want to use.
Well, and the injury faking.
Yeah. And the other stuff we don't know about.
Yeah. Exactly. So if we're referring to numbers, all my numbers add up. And at the beginning of my career, you knew what they listed me. They listed me as a run stopper, and I've exceeded expectations. So they didn't even want to put me on third down my rookie year. I had 1 sack. So we look down the line, 131 sacks later over 14 years. I like me. I don't even like me. I love my numbers. Now that's up to people that vote, and you've seen lesser players get in, and you've seen hopefully a better standard get in as well. So I'm somewhere in the top though. So then let's talk about Bill Belichick not getting in first ballot. He's going to get in.
Yeah.
Is it a knock that he's not a first ballot? No, because at this point you realize he's a Hall of Fame coach, so he's going to get in. And you can talk about any controversies that lead up to his name that has nothing to do with his coaching, except for one controversy.
Mm-hmm.
One controversy.
Yeah,
but
I think it's fair to say Spygate that is a controversy around the head coach that does affect his performance. But when you look at the totality of his,
okay, so two.
Yeah, Jordan. Maybe that's not. I don't know. That's not.
It's ridiculous that he's not first ballot, but it did feel like it was somebody that was out there to hit him in a place that hurt, where he loves the Hall of Fame, he loves football history. So knowing that he wouldn't get in on the first ballot would be something that hurt him. And at the end of the day, you got to take your hat off to the haters sometime. There was a hater out there that accomplished a mission nobody thought possible. So respect to that man's game, whoever that was. He's wrong, but respect just in terms of being a hater.
I'll say it's not just one man. I mean, there was when you
at least 10,
4 out of 50 votes, at least one.
Yeah, it's true.
Cam, I can't thank you enough, man. Also, Big T, Cam, winner of the Bart Starr Award, which is given out to the player who best exemplifies outstanding character and leadership in the home, on the field, and in the community. Cam Jordan, NFL legend. He'll be all over the Super Bowl coverage. Cam, thank you so much for joining us today, man.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolute legend. Say Cam Jordan. God, he's the best, dude. All right.
T, I'm a Cam Jordan fan.
Yeah, how could you not? Listen, you are too.
No, I don't like him. I won't go around saying he's a bad guy.
Okay, good. Ask Wub coming up next. We'll get to your best questions. You ask it on Twitter, #AskWub. What's going on? Wrapping up today's Wake Up Barstool in the manner that we do every day, and that's with your questions. Hashtag AskWub is how you get involved on Twitter, and we'll answer all of the best ones. Yeah, don't let it be lost. PFT plane hurt today. You
good.
See the chair there, dude.
Everyone's banged up.
Can you give us a beat?
Everyone's
on the
banged up this
field.
time of year.
What a comedically satisfying beep that
I
chair
bought this for
makes.
Max when he broke his foot. I forget which time it was that he broke his foot, but I figured we might want one of these around the office, and yeah, it's coming in handy.
One day we need a list of PFT comedic purchases because I'm loving your current mascot phase.
Yeah, addicted to buying mascots.
I
I just got a new one, by the way.
Which one?
There's another one, but I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, you don't want to spoil it?
I don't want to spoil it, but yeah.
Can you give us a conference?
Oh, I saw you on the hunt for it the other day. So you found it?
Found it.
Okay, dude.
Well, you said you didn't want to give it away.
I didn't give it away. Only real ball knowers know what that means.
Hashtag
There
AskWub.
actually,
Secret
there is
code.
another
There's another
school
team that
that
does
does
that.
that. Do you know who it is?
Who?
It's a bird, right?
No, it's Wisconsin.
The Badgers?
Yeah, dude. I went to the Tennessee-Wisconsin basketball game 2 or 3 years ago, and they do the Gator Chomp. I was so confused. Was that supposed to be like?
Is it a Badger bite?
I don't know.
That might just be how they clap in Wisconsin. Just like,
It was. Was that supposed to be a thing at Tennessee? Like, oh, Florida? I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Interesting.
That would make more.
But like, I don't know.
Badger
But
bite.
they were doing it.
God, do we have anybody that went to Wisconsin here that would know? Can't think. I don't know. All right, what's our Ask Wub? What do we got here, guys? On a side, question for Big T. Would you work a full season of cleaning maintenance alone after every Alabama home game, but Tennessee wins a national title in return?
So I'm solo cleaning Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Well, no, not solo, but I think, well, this is solo. I would say, no, you just, like, that's your job. Like, every home game, you're just on the crew. You got to clean up Bryant.
Am I being paid what I make now, or being paid for that job?
You're being paid for that job. But Tennessee wins a natty.
national title.
Yeah, I would, but I wouldn't be happy about it. But yeah, I'd do it.
is that like?
Brandon Barrett.
Yeah, is it an exceptionally dirty stadium?
Yeah, it's Alabama fans.
I mean, I have to imagine that job sucks for any state.
So you've got like napkins, you've got
And also, that's a 1 day a week.
Houndstooth diapers.
That's a 7 day a year job. I'd have to get another job.
yeah.
Like, it'd be a whole racket. I'd have
probably
to live,
keep this job.
Live in Tuscaloosa. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
could
can
still
do both.
probably do this job, honestly.
Ask what? Which former president do you think you could beat in a boxing match?
Most of
just
them.
about all of them.
Yeah.
Almost all of them.
All the dead ones for sure.
James Madison, I would piece him up.
He was tiny, right?
Get the reach on him.
I think
yeah.
he was 5'4".
He was
he
real
was the
small.
shortest president.
They've got a statue of life size on campus at JMU. It's the least
Really?
impressive statue.
Clinton would be tough to handle.
Bring me FDR. A lot of respect for FDR, but I could smoke him.
Teddy Roosevelt used to box people in the Oval Office.
Yeah, Teddy. I mean, nobody's gonna mess with Teddy. Everybody's gonna. Yeah, no.
He got blind in one eye because of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
You think they make houndstooth like ankle monitoring systems, court ordered?
Well, they have to for the players.
Yeah, good point.
All right, PFT. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Giving
Chief.
us
Thank
a
you, Big
rollout.
T. Carson, actually, pretty good job by you. Okay, it's time for us to roll
Bye, Mom.
out. We'll
Thanks,
see you tomorrow.
man.
More Wub.
Bye, Mom.